Daxton Hill, a projected second-round pick out of Michigan, has the potential to become one of the best defensive backs in the NFL, and I do not say that lightly. He has the rare combination of athleticism and intangibles that will make him a valuable chess piece for whatever team lands him in this year's draft. And while every mock draft has the Browns going with either a wide receiver or a defensive lineman with their first pick, I'm going to make my case for Daxton Hill, who I believe will join an elite group of Swiss Army knife type defenders like Micah Parsons and Budda Baker, who have proven to be the key to modern day defensive success. Hill was used all over the place in Michigan's defense. In his college career, while he spent most of his time in the slot, he played as a deep safety and a box safety over 20% of the time each, respectively, and he was so effective in all three alignments because of his freakish athleticism. Hill's 40-yard dash, 10-yard split, and 3-cone numbers all rank 95th percentile and above among all safeties, and it shows up on tape. When he lined up as a slot corner, Hill was consistently draped over every receiver he covered. His fluid movement skills combined with his blazing speed allow him to stay in receivers' hip pockets throughout the entirety of the route. You could count on one hand how many times receivers were able to create separation against him in college. On this play against Penn State in the red zone, Hill is matched up with projected first-round receiver Jahan Dotson. Dotson, who is running a corner route, jabs his right foot inside before breaking outside towards the sidelines. This is a very difficult route for Hill to defend in his current position, since Dotson has all his momentum heading toward the pylon while Hill is facing the complete opposite direction with his back turned. But Hill is able to seamlessly flip his hips and cover Dotson perfectly. I cannot emphasize enough how utterly ridiculous it is to be able to do this without missing a beat. And he did this all the time. Rep after rep, game after game, Hill took slot receivers out of the play with smothering man coverage because of his incredible movement skills. From slot alignments, he was also frequently used as a blitzer because of just how fast his closing speed is, and despite only being 190 pounds, Hill does not lack a willingness to be physical, that's for sure. He steamrolls into ball carriers with everything he's got, for better or for worse. That aggressiveness has led to hard-hitting sacks and tackles for loss that fill the highlight reel, but it's also been the source of many missed tackles and large gains given up. Hill is also a master of deception and has a natural feel for route concepts and spacing. When you watch him, you have to remind yourself that this is only a 21-year-old college junior and not a seasoned NFL veteran. His processing speed and improvisation skills are off the charts, and I think this play perfectly exemplifies it. Michigan is in a too-high shell playing cover 2, and Hill's role is to defend the weak side hook. The biggest weakness of cover 2 are the areas between the safeties and the flat defenders, and Wisconsin has the perfect concept to exploit these areas, with their double out concept to the field side. As the play unfolds, Hill, knowing the offense is most likely going to target the weak spots of cover 2, deliberately acts as if he's taking number 1 out quick. This makes the sail route from the number 2 receiver even more appealing to the quarterback, as both Michigan defensive backs are moving downhill while his receiver is sneaking right over their heads. Hill, however, has his eyes on the quarterback the whole time. He waits for him to load up to throw, and then contorts his body in an instant to flip directions and intercept the pass. Hill has this innate understanding of how to manipulate quarterbacks into making bad decisions with the football. I mean, it is just not normal for college prospects to actively put themselves out of position as bait, knowing how quarterbacks are going to respond to it before making plays on the ball. And Hill can afford to do this because when 4.3 speed with an extremely fast mental process go together, he can get to any point on the field faster than anyone else. So I know what you're thinking at this point. Well, why is he only a projected second-round pick if he's this good? The reason is, people see Hill exclusively as a slot corner where he struggled in some areas. When he was forced to cover big wide receivers or tight ends in the slot, offenses took advantage of his lack of size. While he's a very tenacious run defender, tight ends were often able to take him out of plays because when he lined up in the box, he just was outmatched physically. These are all legitimate criticisms, and because of his physical limitations, I'm not sure if he'll ever become an elite full-time slot corner. However, I really think that if you put him at safety, he's going to be a difference maker for years to come. Hill reminds me a ton of Budda Baker, and it's really laughable how similar their scouting reports are. Like Hill, Baker played predominantly slot cornerback at Washington in college, but was seen as too small coming out to potentially play slot corner at an elite level in the NFL because, like Hill, he got beat by bigger-bodied receivers. Then, when he got drafted, the Cardinals moved him to a free safety role, and he became one of the best safeties in the NFL. In Hill's limited usage as a free safety in Michigan's defense, all the positive traits we've talked about were highlighted. His speed and range, added with his ability to really see the field and process route concepts, allows him to thrive from that higher vantage point. This play is a perfect example of exactly that. Michigan is in a cover 3 look, while Wisconsin's offense is running a Yankee concept, which, unfortunately for the Wolverines, is a cover 3 killer. The Yankee concept excels at putting the post safety in a bind. If the safety carries the deep post, then the over route will come streaking open, since cover 3 instructs the outside cornerback to play man coverage on any vertical route, so the deep post will be double-teamed while the over route is wide open. If the safety bites on the over route, like he does on this clip, then the deep post will come open as the outside cornerback always has outside leverage in cover 3 and won't be able to close the distance. There's really no right answer, which is what makes the Yankee concept such a popular concept among offensive coordinators at every level of football. So going back to Hill, when he sees the Yankee concept start to develop on this play, he instantly waves the boundary corner toward the sideline to cover the over route while he takes the deep post. His ability to recognize these route concepts and improvise and adjust on the fly is going to make him an elite safety at the next level. I'm telling you, doing this so effortlessly is not common, even for NFL safeties, let alone college prospects. I know this would be an unpredictable pick for the Browns, but if you get a chance to add a legitimate blue-chip prospect to your defense, regardless of what your needs are, and the Browns don't really have a lot of pressing needs, if they have any at all, you turn in the draft card if Daxton Hill falls to 44. He can play in that directing role as a free safety. You can ask him to cover speedy receivers in the slot. You can rotate him down and send him on blitzes when you need to get home on 4th and 5. He offers so much potential in Joe Woods' defense that prioritizes athleticism and versatility. NFL offenses are only getting more explosive and more dynamic. You need equalizers to combat the growing passing game. And a secondary with Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome, John Johnson, Grant Delpit, and Daxton Hill can get you to the Super Bowl.